Yes.
Now you are.
Hello. Welcome to Flippin' Bunch. It's Wednesday again. And tonight we're talking about embellishments. So we have the gang in the house and we'll introduce ourselves and then we're going to come back around to one of our Flippin' Bunch subs, Cheryl Wall. So actually, let's start with you, Cheryl. Just tell everybody about yourself and all that.
I
good
have
stuff.
a lifestyle of a DIYer, and I do thrift flips and DIYs and some crafts on my YouTube channel.
Awesome.
Okay, well, hi, I'm Dar from DIYs by Dar. I've been
Dar.
a furniture. I have been a flipper of furniture and crafts and DIYs for probably the last 4 years. I've been an artist all my life, but I kind of just played being a nurse for most of it. And this was kind of my fallback. I wanted to be an art teacher, but my dad wouldn't pay for that. So I had to go to nursing school.
Oh, darn it. Nursing school. Art school sounds so much better. Hey, everybody. I am Crystal. I'm Crystal. I'm the Crafty Creech, DIYs and furniture flips. I love flipping furniture and crafting and thrifting and all those good things. Yep. You guys.
Okay, and I'm Lavon, and I have Statement Designs, and I have a little booth in a coffee shop where I sell my furniture, and I do some thrift flips as well, and I have Iron Orchid Designs products in there, which we're kind of talking about a lot of that stuff tonight, and I sell Dixie Belle paint and a limited supply of Made by Marley decoupage paper, and I'm a brand ambassador for Made by Marley. And I'm so excited about everything we're going to talk about tonight. Hey, Gretchen. And let's go ahead and get started. So, as I mentioned, we're talking about embellishments. And why isn't my graphic showing?
I see it.
Clicking on it.
I saw it. Now it's
Yeah.
gone.
Do you?
But it was there.
It was
I
there.
can't
Yeah.
see it.
There it is.
It's up.
Wow. Okay, it's not for me, but anyway, that's fine as long as you guys can see it. I'll pull it up on my phone and take a look at it because I can't see it in there. Okay. So anyway, the subjects that we're talking about, is it up or not?
It is.
It's up.
Is the graphic up?
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, there it is. I see it. Oh, good play. So anyway, we're going to be talking about, gotta love live. So we're going to be talking about transfers, which is one of the most common embellishments. And so I think what we should do, we have a whole bunch of pictures to show you of examples. But I think as we hit these bullet points, let's kind of, ladies, just all jump in and throw in like a tip or two that you have for working with these things. So as I mentioned, I sell Iron Orchid Designs, and I've had experience with other ones like Redesign with Prima, and also I know Dixie Belle sells them, and other people do too. One of the biggest tips that I can think of is to make sure your paint is completely dry. Otherwise it won't stick. And then also there is another category of transfers, gilded transfers, which is the gold. So do you guys have any tips you want to throw in about transfers, or did I hit the big one?
I would recommend not applying them over wax. If you've already
that's a good one.
Yeah, if you've already waxed your piece, might have some issues, especially if your wax isn't cured. You're gonna have issues with it not sticking or falling off. That's happened to me before, so that was very sad. And then I like to I like to use my finger and kind of rub out. There'll be like a halo around the edges, so I'll rub out the halo around the edges with my finger. Some people use plastic, but usually my finger works just fine.
So what do you do?
Yeah, that's a good one too.
What do you do if your transfer doesn't stick because it's not sticky anymore? I had that happen to me halfway through my project.
Yeah.
So what I had to do,
what do you do?
Yeah, really.
what I
Tell
had
us.
what I had to do was spray it with some, heavy
Oh,
duty
tacky?
adhesive spray, and that meant that, and it was one that had a lot of cutout areas in, because it was a floral flowers, a lot of wildflowers. I had to go back in with a Q-tip and some cleaner and clean all them areas where that glue was really, really sticky. It did work, and the transfer itself may have been old. And that just brings me to that point of when you get your transfers, you really need to keep them in the package or the container that it comes in, so that glue does stay active on those. I've only had it happen to me one time, but of course it happened when I was doing a window and I had half of the transfer on already. So it was a little bit of a nightmare and a little bit of a mess.
I've had it happen to me also. And Mara did ask if it's recommended to seal before you're applying your transfer. And I do, or asked if it was required to seal your piece before you do your transfer. And I do think they recommend to do it.
I think so too.
Yeah. And the one time that happened to me, Dar, I think the paint I was using had a built-in sealer into it, so I didn't even think to seal it prior to putting on the transfer. But I think it was the same thing. It was just old. It had gotten air to it or something, so my transfer was not sticking. And I had to go in, and to repair it, I just took different acrylic paints and tried to match up all the flowers and everything like that. So it was sad.
That's a good idea, though. That would work. I mean, if you already had it painted and there was some sealer on it, just put some more sealer on it, then put that transfer on, and I would think that it would stick to the sealer, and then you'd be able to get it off. Is that what you did with that?
I didn't. Yeah, I did not do that. I didn't even think to do that. I just kept rubbing. It took me hours to get this transfer on. It wasn't a little one. It was a big one, all 4 sheets. So I was rubbing that. Oh, my arm hurt.
Oh, that's terrible.
So I think just at one point I was just like over it, and I just said, if it's not coming off, I'll fix it with paint. That's how I fixed it. So it was just all patchy and spotty, and I just went in with different paints and tried to match up the flowers. And good thing it wasn't like overly complicated to do, so that was good.
Happens.
On the subject of sealing it, before or after, most of the time, I'm using it over either silk, or which has a sealer in it, or over chalk paint. And either way, I don't seal it until I'm done. That's just me. But you can do it either way. And I have a question before we go on for everybody. So I was using this beta, show the comments on stage. But we can also show your comments individually. But when we do that, it covers Dar's face, and I don't want to cover Dar's face. So I do want to say hi to Mara and Jenna. I want to cover your face. So Jenna says hello. So we'll just bring up those questions and display them individually. I think the good old-fashioned way. Do you guys agree?
Yes, that sounds really good. Yeah.
It's fine. It's fine.
Yeah. So Cheryl, do you normally seal your pieces before you put on your transfers, or do you do
I do.
Okay.
I do. The first time I used to transfer, I went to Debbie Beard's DIY video boot camp before I started my YouTube channel. And that was the first time I'd ever used a transfer. You know, why not when you have 2 hours to finish a project? That was our deal. And I could not get that transfer to stick. And we
Okay.
had 2 hours to get this project done. And so I'm like, Debbie, I can't get it to stick. And she's like, did you read the instructions? Did you seal it? And I thought, read the instructions? So of course I didn't read the instructions. So I seal everything before I apply a transfer. Lesson learned.
Yes. Okay. Seal it. All right.
Seal it.
All right.
Seal it.
I almost wonder
Should we move on?
if
Oh,
different paints,
go ahead.
if it's different with different paints too, you know.
Yeah, because it was we were using her paint, which is a chalk paint. So
Yeah.
for sure,
Right.
seal it.
Yeah, I think there are some transfers out there where they say it doesn't matter if you seal it or not. Because I've read a few where it said that you don't have to, but I guess it goes back to what Cheryl said. Read the directions.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I mean, there's a difference between sealing before and sealing after. I always want to protect it somehow after. And sealing in my
Yes.
book, I could use wax to seal it, but after.
After, right.
Yes, after.
And
Wax is wax.
I've never tried those gold ones. I know I've seen
Oh, they're
LaVon.
nice.
Yeah, I've seen you do it before. You said they were a little harder to get on.
You know, I won't say they're harder. It's just different. In a way, they're easier because, like, in a way, they just come off. But you have to, like, instead of the applicator thing, like using it like normal, you kind of have to use the end of it. It just they're different. So
You can even
I
just
wouldn't-
use your finger.
Well, I would definitely use something, you know, that you can really apply some more pressure with. So, and let's see, Hocus Pocus doesn't matter.
Yeah,
I have to
Jenna
go
said
back
the
to that.
whole transfers doesn't matter to
Oh.
seal it or not.
Okay.
Come on, yeah.
Hey, Charlene, Flippin' Bunch babes, she called us. Back at you. Okay, so let's see. No, Dart doesn't have fingers of steel tonight, does she?
No, I'm missing one, kind of.
Yeah, you met with one of those guillotine things, right?
Yeah.
It
It was
won.
supposed to be for pickles, not fingers.
Ooh.
All right. Let's
I wouldn't
move
want to
on
eat
to
that
mold.
pickle.
Yeah, me either. Me either.
Oh gosh.
Oh my gosh. Well,
No parts in pickles.
talking about molds. Well, I have to separate you two. So as I mentioned, my experience is with IOD mainly. I did used to sell redesign, so I have experience with that too. But then I switched back. I sold IOD first, then I went to redesign, then I went back to IOD. So the IOD molds have a patented micro rim. Plus, they always tell you how much product that you need to fill it if you're using resin. So then I will tell you too, like, and it's a sad thing in this industry that this happens, but like on Temu, they sell knockoffs of IOD, and it's sad because they can, you know, any of us could make a mold of a mold, you know, by casting it and using Mold Buddy. But yeah, they're the exact designs that they steal, but they don't have the, you know, micro rim and all that stuff. So the different things that you can use with molds: air dry clay, resin, and that can be the amazing casting resin, the 2-part epoxy, or the concrete resin, or silicone. I've seen people use silicone and also hot glue. So the silicone method is kind of weird. Have you ever seen that?
Mm-mm.
People like use like the caulking gun, and they squirt it into, what do they put it into? Cornstarch or something?
Oh, really?
Yeah, and then they make like a paste of it. It seems very messy to me. I just wouldn't do it myself, but So, guys, do you have any tips on molds?
Well, I just made a few the other day and I was in a bit of a rush. And usually I don't measure it. I eyeball it in two different little cups that
Yeah.
hold 50 mils each. And this time it set up really fast. And I went and I looked at the expiration date on the stuff that I had. And that's when it starts to get to that expiration date, which it will be in a couple weeks. It starts to get a little funky on you. So just a fact to know. And then and I didn't use IOD molds with the nice rim at the top. And what can happen if you're not real steady pouring, if you over pour, you're going to dome it. So then that's going to create a problem when you want it to set flat. And I guess I would rather underfill it because then you can always fill that with glue and it'll still stick flush to your piece. So the only other thing I can tell you, if you get one that is domed, just get a heavy grit sandpaper and then flip it over and then just, sand that bottom off so you can get that a little bit more flush on your piece.
Yeah, and another thing in this heat, the molds, the 2-part epoxy, the amazing casting resin. Boy, it'll set up super fast when it's really hot.
Well, that could have been part of my problem too.
Yeah.
Yeah. Possibly.
Yeah, sometimes it's just, I've had it like you're pouring and basically in midair it's kind of like going, oh, I'm done.
Oh, wow. That's really fast.
Yes.
What are your guys' recommended adhesives for applying the molds?
I always like Type Bond, thick and quick.
So do I. I use the same.
Okay, I've never tried. Okay, you got it right there, right? I've never ever tried using the molds with resin yet, but I do use the air dried clay quite often, and I've always used the E6000 glue. But I like it. I hate the way it smells, but it seems to always do good for me. So so I like it. I like the air dried clay, especially because I can keep it wet and I can curve it around corners or if I have a separation with the drawer, I can just take an X-Acto blade and cut it so it doesn't so I can open and close the drawer or whatever. So haven't tried that yet. So pin nail,
the quick and thick, Gretchen.
Okay.
Yeah, I think it says multi-purpose glue on the actual jar.
It does, multi-surface glue.
Yeah, multi-purpose.
And the thing about it is it doesn't run, which is nice. It'll like really grab on.
That's
and I always
right. That's what I always worry about is like it dripping all over the place and making a big mess. Jenna says she uses a pin nailer.
Well, I guess if you're using the amazing casting resin, I have done that when I had one that wasn't sticking right, and I've done that.
Right.
Last night on my Tuesday talk, I used some Would You Bend molds, so that's another kind of category in the mold embellishment area. Have you ever used those? Anybody?
I have never used them.
They're fun. You have to. They're fun. You have to heat them up.
Okay. Can you use a blow dryer?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep. That's exactly what I did last night. I used a free Harbor Freight bucket and did the embellishments on it and made a planter out of it. So I have a picture of it later. I'll show you. Yeah. Gretchen says she remembers back in the day when there was just flour and water. Oh, and another thing too, with the molds, if you use air dry clay, using cornstarch as a release agent, is helpful. Sometimes you don't need it. Do you use it, Crystal?
I don't usually use it, but I'm not. I don't know. I'm not a perfectionist, so if I lose some of my some of my details, I'm okay with it. It does shrink though. That is one thing to always remember. It shrinks. So yeah, when
Yes.
you're applying it, if you don't if you have pieces that connect, if you don't put them really close together, they might dry, and then you'll have a gap.
Yeah.
So,
Well, back to what Gretchen said, I will say that Lel this past Sunday, she made her own. I don't know exactly what it would be called, but she just took old toilet paper rolls and soaked them in hot water and then squeezed all the water out of it and then mixed it up with glue. I think that was the only thing she put in there. And then she went ahead and she created that whole carnival piece that was really, really cool with her new carnival ladies. So, because she didn't like the price of wood you bend, so she just wanted to come up with her own process. So she did.
oh, okay. I have to go watch that. Yeah.
So Jenna says I have a money saving tip for those, but I can save it for my money saving tips show. Okay, we'll look forward to that.
Yes.
Little commercial.
Right.
Well, I like the resin if I'm going, I need something quick because I'm working on something and I don't want to wait overnight for that to dry, and there is this shrinkage. It's not going to happen with your resin, but you can also still bend your resin mold. After a while, you kind of know when you can take it out of that mold. You just got to take it out a little bit sooner. I have a lot of videos on bending the resin around different stuff, and you can do it. It's possible.
You can do it with the heat gun too.
Oh,
And
okay.
that not a blow dryer, but a heat gun. And that will soften it up.
Oh, cool. I didn't know that. Interesting. Awesome. Nice.
And because of the
burn your
shrinker
hands.
too, if you're just putting like one mold on something, lots of times I'll paint it once, then put the mold on. That way, if it shrinks, I don't have a halo around it. Then I can go ahead and, put another coat on. And then even if it shrinks, it's not going to really show up that much. So.
Oh, another good tip. Oh.
Okay. Well, are we ready to move on to the next category, which is decoupage, something that a few of us know a little bit about, but we always want to know more or hear more. So, Dar, let's start with you and your decoupage tips.
Well, the first thing I want to say is that everybody is going to have their own way that works best for them. You might watch all of us and we're all doing something different because that's the way that it works best for us. So you have to find a way that you feel good with and it is successful for you. I am mainly the only paper I've ever used is Made by Marley because I'm a brand ambassador for Made by Marley company out of Scotland. And I've not tried any other papers. So their paper is very robust and hardy. It's paper. It's not like rice paper or thin. It's heavy. And I just was working on a piece and I should have known better. You always have to look at the surface you're putting it on. I think from now on, I am going to make sure I have my piece sealed with a primer, with Boss, and I didn't seal a little section of where I was going to put the paper because I thought I had always seen Lel say it was okay that you could just put it on raw wood. Well, this was raw open wood that was not sealed in any way. And you know that raw open wood is going to suck up moisture or anything, and most likely your glue. When I put the piece on the bare wood, and then I went with my little squeegee, which I almost am committed to using with this paper because I'm an over paster. And if you get your paste stuck underneath there, that's when you're going to see all them rolls in it. And when you press on it, if it's air, it's just going to go down, or you'll feel the paste that's in there. It's the paste that's trapped in there. So I take the flat edge that's got a felt tip, and then I wrap the some wax paper around it. So when I get paste on it, I can wipe it off real quick, so I can go back over the top of my paper without it sticking on my paper.
That's a good tip.
So when I got that piece done, it looked really nice. When I quit, I thought, man, this is going to be awesome. It's going to be nice and flat. Well, it was not, because that raw open wood soaked most of the glue out of it and then left the open paper. And probably that, in combination of how used to getting the glue out I am, because I've had problems with over pasting, then I gave my piece of paper a problem. But it'll work. I mean, if you have that happen, you can always just sand it, and then you just make it distressed.
Yes.
Yep.
Yeah, you turn it
That's
into a happy accident.
Yes, I meant to do that.
Have you ever ironed over it, with a protective cloth to maybe reactivate the glue? Do you think that would work?
No, and Lel has been posted that question before, and she has said no. But I'm not sure if maybe she was thinking how people, when they get their paper in the mail, and maybe it's folded more like into a square, and there's lines
It has
in
the
it.
wrinkles. Yeah, lines.
They're trying to get those out, but she just said no. But I might just try that one time, just for the heck of it.
Yeah, just to give it a try. Yeah.
I mean, that's a method a lot of people use.
Mhm.
They use those little craft irons, and
Yeah.
I wonder if it would still work on my piece, now that it's really dry, if I tried it.
Probably would. I would
Might
think
be
it would
worth
activate it.
Yeah,
I
try it.
would
Why
think so
not?
too. Not
Yeah.
high heat, but
Yeah. It
good
didn't work.
tries. Yeah.
That's a good idea, Cheryl. I've never tried that either myself. I've been misting my paper with water, and that's really seems to help.
Yeah, I have too.
Yeah, it's been working really well for me lately. I like to pick out papers that are easy to blend, like the background image. It's easy to blend. If I tear something, or if I can't completely cover my surface, it's easy for me to blend out different colors to match that background image. So that's usually what I like to pick out. So that's probably it for
Do you
me.
tear the edge of the paper?
Sometimes I do. I guess it depends on how thick the paper is. If it's a thicker paper, I will tear it just so it matches the paint, or matches up better to the surface I'm working on or whatever. But if it's really thin, I don't really think that's really necessary. If you're working with a thin tissue paper, I don't usually have a hard time with it. So, but yeah.
So, Gretchen, she corrected herself. So, she said, if the paste is stuck, can you cut a slit in the paper and sort of squeeze it out? I've seen people do that. What do you guys think
Yeah,
about
just
that?
go back and repair with paint.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a good idea. Really good idea. Or if you have a bubble too. I've done that before. If I have a spot that didn't adhere, I'll just take a X-Acto blade and I'll cut it open, and then I'll take a artist brush with some adhesive on it, Mod Podge. I always say that wrong. and get it underneath the paper, and then seal it back down. So I've done that before. I mean, sometimes
Another
it's really,
note on.
yeah, it's so hard to get it even sometimes, or it just dry. Some spots will dry quicker than other spots, and then you get all these air pockets underneath, and it's like, ugh.
Yeah, the only problem I've had with misting is sometimes my paper seems to stretch. And then I have an issue with my paper stretching a little bit too much and distorting things or maybe where I want it to go. But if I'm like trying to wrap it around something, yeah, that definitely does help a lot. If it's a smaller piece and you're like, just trying to do a curve around something without breaking your paper.
Yeah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So I also like to use, I like to buy rice paper from Amazon and print my own sometimes, I do like to do that. And then when I do that, I use a water-based liquid sealer to apply it. And then, of course, there's tissue paper as well. And some people decoupage fabric. When I had my first shop, I had a vendor that had this beautiful furniture piece. She had done it was a vanity and dresser set, and she had done the seat cover in this floral, and then she cut out all these floral images and decoupaged them on the dresser front, and it was really gorgeous. So that's another thing too that you can do with decoupage. So
What type of paper do you like to use, Cheryl? Do you have a specific brand that you prefer to use on your projects, or?
No, not really. I've really only used. I haven't used all that many. If I'm printing something, I like to print it to rice paper.
Mm-hmm.
And then, no, I really haven't used all that many different kinds. Decoupage Central.
Okay.
I think their paper is rice paper. And then IOD doesn't have any decoupage paper, do they?
I don't know.
IOD? I don't think they do.
Well, Dixie Belle
Redesigned by
does.
Prima does. Dixie Belle does, yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Zazzle, of course, that's another place. And you can also have them print a larger image for you if you want to send them something.
And I've never used them.
I use blogposters.com.
Who did you use for the clothesline that you did?
Yeah. So that's what I did. I photographed at my friend's house, and then I used blogposters.com to enlarge the photo for as big as I wanted it to be. And then I printed it out on individual, and then I cut them out and pieced it together and made the large image.
Did you use it on a laser printer or an inkjet?
I just have an inkjet.
It was just a regular, just an inkjet printer. Yep. Although that's a good question, because sometimes, like, if you use, it just depends, like a sealer or whatever. Sometimes I think that when you use Mod Podge, I have better results with ink not running if you do something like that. Just make sure that if you just print something right off the bat, like if you use regular printer paper, you're probably going to have running, ink. But I've never had it really run with rice paper because it seems to absorb the ink more.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. It's a fibrous paper.
Mm-hmm. All righty. Shall we move on? And we do have lots of examples to show you then. So stamps is the next category. And again, IODs, they certainly have a lot of them. And I know Redesign with Prima also. And I've even bought stamps like from Amazon as well. And just a tip, when you get them new, you want to sand them first, that's the only time you have to do that, just to condition them so that the ink will grab a little bit better. Also, I will say that the IOD ink is a permanent ink. I've used, what's it called?
Stays on.
Distressed ink.
Oh, yeah. Yep.
Well, no, Stays On is permanent, but distressed ink is not permanent ink. And if you stamp it, and then it has beautiful colors, but if you stamp it and then you put a sealer over it, it's going to smudge that ink. So make sure you're using
Is that Tim Holtz?
Yes.
Is that Tim Holtz
yes.
distressed ink? Oh, I didn't know that. Oh, that's good to know.
Yeah, it's not permanent. So a sealer is going to make it run. So, yeah, so that would be
You'd
my,
probably spray it first with a spray sealer, and then you'd be good, right?
Yeah, probably so. I would
probably,
think.
yeah.
Okay.
And you can use paint with stamps as well, but it's best to use a brayer and not a brush, because if you use a brush, the bristles are going to go down into the relief areas, and you want it all to stay on the top. So if you use a flat brayer, then that's the best way to apply. But you would get a really crisp image with ink. Also, there's mixing bottles. IOD sells plain mixing bottles, and all their inks you can mix, different ways to get a variety of different colors. So
Oh, interesting.
one of my favorite colors to use was stamps. Yeah, it's a gray. So it's really pretty. Like, I wouldn't have selected that, but somebody in one of my classes did, and now it's a favorite of mine. I love using that. And you can take your ink pad, like pretend this is an ink pad, and you can take it over the edge of your project too, like if you're working with a sign or drawer side or something, it's an easy way to give it distress too without
almost like a
using
wax or a glaze or something. Cool. I like that.
Yeah.
I've
So you guys
used
have any?
I've used glaze for stamping, and that also gives
Really?
it like it gives it a texture. So it makes it like
Oh,
a
that's
raised,
interesting.
it's sort of like a raised stencil, but it's a raised stamp. So
Huh.
it's kind of cool,
Yeah,
That's
that
neat.
is.
Yeah. So same
'Cause then
thing.
you could, if you wanted,
Yeah.
you could paint inside that if you wanted
Yeah,
to.
you could. Absolutely. Or take a wax, like a darker, if you're using a white glaze, a darker wax, and highlight it or whatever. But I do it the same way as you said with the paint. I take a brayer and I roll it out on a brayer onto my stamp. So yeah.
Okay. Dora, you do a lot of stamping.
Yeah.
You have some tips?
Well, it's kind of like you said, if you want that image to be nice and crisp and you don't want water or other paints or anything to smear it around, you've got to use one of those permanent inks. So when you put it on and it stays on, and I just have tried the Stays On brand all the time. And one thing that is really fun is to do stamp it, paint it, stamp it again. That can give you some really, really cool results in designs that you want to make with flowers or bohemian type designs. That's really a lot of fun. Now, if you're going to use paint, just be prepared. It's going to give you not that clear, crisp image. It's going to give you more of a distressed look. Yeah, it's not. It's way different than using ink. And it's almost better when you're doing, for myself, when I'm going to do some paint, I got to get that on whatever I'm going to roll my brayer on. And I might even use some cardboard and just get a little bit of that paint off, so I don't have a bunch of paint that I'm putting on that stamp. Because if you've got a lot of paint on there, that's what that stamp is going to do on your piece. It's going to just be mushy looking. So the less paint that you can get away with. I was just reading what Gretchen said on there, that how she's stamping intimidates her, and she can't even stamp things like on envelopes, and they're always smeary. It does take some practice. It's not going to be something that's, if it comes really easy to you, that's great, but it didn't for me. I had to practice a lot before I felt confident in what I was doing painting. And sometimes I still have a bad day and things just don't come out the way that you want them.
Yeah, that's for sure.
Yeah,
How about you,
definitely.
Cheryl? Do you use stamps?
I do, but I don't use them a whole lot. Just because of the, for me, it's usually the last thing I'm doing. when I'm finishing something, I may add some stamps, and there's just that element of smearing it, so I don't really do a whole lot of stamps.
Yeah, it's scary.
You guys, once you start it, you won't stop because it's just another tool in your arsenal to use for decorative embellishments and finishes. They can be a lot of fun.
Yeah.
And you can always fix it. You can always paint over it.
Oh yeah,
restamp
yes.
it.
Yeah, but you think, oh, it looks pretty good right now. Should I add that stamp?
Do I want to risk it?
Yeah, do I want to risk it?
Well, if you ask Gar, she'll say, well, yes.
Yes, yes.
All right. Well, the next category, if you think stamps are intimidating, is paint inlays. So what do you think about paint inlays, ladies?
I have not done them yet.
I heard you had some, though.
Do you have
Yes.
I do.
Yeah, you're not the only one. I hear a lot of people that say I have one, but I haven't used it yet.
Yeah.
I was intimidated when I got my first one. Sure, I was intimidated, but I followed the directions, and there again.
Where's the directions,
It's crazy.
Okay.
But you're not going to get that real crisp, I don't think, image that you think that you might get like with a decoupage paper. Some of it could be lifted or not right. You can either go back and try to put the piece back over the top in, or you can try to hand paint it in, but don't count on getting that perfect image. I don't think it happens all the time. Maybe it does for you guys, it doesn't for me.
Oh no. And I think that it's meant to be more of a hand painted look, so you're really not expected to get that perfect image there.
I agree. I think it's
for
supposed
me
to look a little more worn.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that paint inlays are exclusive to IOD. I'm pretty sure nobody else has that product. And just a note about what paint to use it in. I think the best result you're going to get is with chalk paint. I've never used milk paint, but I've seen like Jamie Ray. I think she's used it in milk paint before. And as far as an all-in-one paint, I have used it, and I know she's used it in their DIY, whatever their all-in-one paint is. I can't say it, but anyway, it's way different. I don't recommend, especially if you're starting out, to try that because it dries faster because of the sealer in it. So you have to pull that out like a lot sooner than you do with chalk paint. So I would not start with that. I would definitely recommend using chalk paint for your first time to give it a try. And the other thing is too, you need to remember it's a water-based paint that's embedded in paper. So it's live paint. So if I, pull it out and it looks wonderful, and then I think, oh, great. Well, I'm going to use my water-based sealer on top of it. And I start brushing. It's going to smear all over the place. So they recommend that you either dilute, they say 50-50 your sealer and water, and use a mister and spray it. But I tried that and I didn't have good results with that. So I use the Rust-Oleum 2X clear sealer, and I never have a problem with it. Because if you're going to do something beyond, you need like wax or whatever, you need to make sure that you seal that paint, but not the brush.
You can use those inlays up to 4 times if you're putting them in like a chalk paint, but if you're putting it into a sealer, then your thing is done. You're not going to be able to use it again because that sealer is going to seal that paint on the back of that sheet, the carrier sheet that it's on. So otherwise you can use them over again.
Yeah, they just get more faded and faded with every use. So
Then you can
And then
use a
Crystal did a good trick with hers. She used it as decoupage paper. She used her spent paper as decoupage paper. So that's
it
really
was
getting the
so
most
it was
use
still
out of
so beautiful. I was just like, I can't throw this away. So I decoupaged it. Yeah.
Gretchen said until the Clueless challenge, she didn't realize exactly what a paint inlay was, and didn't know that you put it onto your piece like with wet paint. So, and what's Jenna saying here?
Yeah.
Nope.
Come on, Jenna.
Try it again. Give it
You
another
have to try again.
Like a furniture tattoo. That's all.
Yes.
You gotta try them again.
Yeah, you need to try them again for sure.
Okay. Yeah. So don't my purpose. Don't be afraid.
You can
Okay,
do
I
it.
need to get rid of the comment before that was show.
Stencils.
Again, my image isn't showing. Is it
It
showing
seems
for you
like it's
guys?
a little-
It
yeah,
was.
Yeah, we saw it. Yeah.
It seems a little laggy or something for you, I think.
Yeah, just a little laggy tonight.
Huh.
And I'm a
Yeah.
little loud.
Because it's
There we
There.
go.
Stencils.
you see it?
Yes.
See, I don't see it. Anyway, next category is stencils. So there it is. I see it now. Okay, so with stencils, that's pretty self-explanatory, but one nice category is the raised stencil. That's something different too. You can use all kinds of paint, and the biggest tip is to remember to offload most of the paint so that you don't get it running under your stencil. I think that's the biggest mistake that people make when they say they can't stencil. It's just that they don't get rid of that excess paint.
Gotta
I think that's the
offload.
biggest thing. What do you guys think?
Yep. Totally agree.
Yeah.
I probably have 100 stencils or more. And when I first started, I had a lot of problems as well. And you really do have to have like just a throwaway piece of cardboard to offload. You don't need to have a lot of paint on there. You need to have that. Well, if you need to spray it with some stencil spray, make sure you get the right kind, because I didn't get the right kind one time and it was a nightmare. I was cleaning again with the Q-tip and remover. But I think, make sure you don't move it, and you got to take that brush straight up, not straight up coming down from the top. And I just do like Lel, the swirly twirly. No, I don't go dab, 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 dab. But if you have to dab, 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 that's the way you do it. I just do
I'm a dauber.
I'm a dauber.
Stencils are cool for layering.
Yeah. Yes.
Yes. Yeah.
I use a sponge sometime. What do you
behind
normally
the-
use, Cheryl, for yours? I usually use a sponge.
You know what? I used a sponge this last time and I did not like it at all. I normally use a brush, but I have the JRV stencil brushes and they're really nice to use, but they're not that cheap. And you feel bad using really good stuff every time. You want to give people options. So I used a pouncer and I hated it. So I'm going to stick with the brush, but I've gotten cheaper ones. I think they even have some at Dollar Tree of the stencil brushes, but I don't know how. I haven't used them for that.
Gotcha. Okay.
I know one cheap tip you can do is get a chip brush and cut it like real close to the ferrule, just like leave about 1/4 of an inch or so, and then it's real stiff, and then you can use that to stencil with.
That's what you need, a little short
You can throw it
bristle.
away when you're done.
Bristles. If you're gonna do swirly twirly, I have one brush I love, and if anything happens to that, I'm a goner.
Yeah, it's the only brush I clean immediately after.
That's a good tip. If you're switching colors and you're only using one brush, make sure you dry that brush out before you stick it in your paint and go again, because you're going to get bleed through from the water that's still left in that brush.
Yeah.
Yeah. I expect you to say, ask me how I know after that. You know from experience, right? Okay. Let's see. Again, it's not there, but I happen to know that our next category is vinyl. And this gives us a good opportunity to give you a preview of what's going to happen next week when Mara is the host. And she is going to talk to us about Silhouette, which is, kind of like a Cricut, just a vinyl cutting machine, and things that you can do with it. But to, make it short and sweet for tonight's presentation, you can use a vinyl cutter to make stencils for your furniture, or you can use it to apply to the furniture. Have any of you ever used it to apply to furniture?
Not to furniture. To a craft project, but not to furniture.
Okay. What is this?
What are your
Stenciling
experiences
is good
with
for you.
it, Carol, then applying the vinyl?
Well, I just recently got a Cricut Joy. That's the little one.
Okay.
And if you don't have one, I highly recommend that one, because it just seems like it's so much easier to use. And they're only like $100. And I have a few of them. I have the big Cameo, and then what's that? The Silhouette Cameo, and then I have the big Cricut. But that little one is just so easy to use. And I mean, I'm not doing anything big, so it's just, you do have to get a different kind of transfer paper, because the paper is it's called a smart vinyl, I think. I'm sure she'll tell us all of this next week, so
Okay.
have it all straight. But
Well, I think
anyway,
he's focusing pretty much on the Silhouette.
on the Silhouette.
Which Silhouette do you have? Like, what size is can you print on your Silhouette?
I don't know. I've had it for years. It's the first one I've had. I think she said hers is mine's probably as old as hers. I can't remember how old she said hers was, but
so probably 12-inch.
Yeah, probably 12. Yeah, it's 12 for sure. It's not a really big one. But
mine has I can do 24-inch, but I don't use it to its biggest potential for sure. So that's why I'm super excited about next week's presentation.
Yeah.
Yes.
She said it's
Cameo
the
one, Mara said.
Yeah.
Mm.
Okay, you ready to see some pictures?
Yes.
Because we've been talking a lot. So
I know. I can't believe it's already almost time. Ooh.
No.
Is that decoupage?
And it's, again, you're still new and on. I can't even see it yet, but I know which picture it is. So that is a hutch that Jenna did, and she decoupaged the back.
I love
That
those.
is a beautiful
Yes.
example of decoupage.
Beautiful.
Yeah, that is very pretty.
All right.
Oh,
That's neat.
And they're all mixed up in here. So
I'm going to
Rolling
thrift
pins.
tell
store
us about this
tomorrow.
girl. A couple different things.
Well, that's all. The pink one is decoupage paper, and the blue one is molds, and then the third one is transfers.
I'm on a
Okay.
hunt for rolling pins.
Yeah.
I do like rolling pins.
These are way cute.
And this is a transfer on a basket. And
How did you
you
get
do
that
that?
on there?
I know how you did that.
I just took my time.
How
and
long did it
worked.
take you to do that?
I don't remember. Pardon?
Did you spray it first, like the bottom, before you tried to just put it right on the wicker?
Just put
Wow.
it right on the wicker and rubbed away.
That's a lot of little things to rub.
It is. It is.
A lot of curries.
And
Oh,
this is decoupage on drop cloth.
Oh.
And I just used
Is that
Mod
JRV
Podge.
paper?
Yeah, and I used the Mod Podge for fabric.
Oh, I was gonna try this
Very
for
nice.
for the thing that's coming up.
No, who
Yeah.
did that?
Cheryl.
The drop cloth thing. Yeah.
Duh. Okay, I got it.
I was gonna try it. I already got my list made. I already brought my drop
Good.
cloth.
Good. Good.
Oh, I love this. I remember when you did this, Jenna.
Okay.
I was living in
Yeah.
Virginia.
So
when
that's a transfer, right? Yeah. That's
yeah,
a transfer, I
That's a
believe.
huge
Yes.
transfer.
Mm-hmm.
Big one. Yeah, I was
Queen of
living
the
in
Nile,
Virginia.
I think it was.
Is that what it is? Very pretty.
I think so.
Mhm.
Let's see.
Got some molds there on the side too. I wish I could zoom in. I want to zoom in. Do you see the mermaids on the
Oh
side?
yeah.
Oh, pretty.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
I don't know that would help, but did that make it any bigger for you?
No.
Mm.
No. Okay.
Let us zoom in.
Alrighty. Moving along.
Ooh. Very pretty.
Ooh, decoupage. Is that decoupage?
That's gorgeous. It looks like decoupage. I mean, maybe she cut it out or just blended it into that bottom.
I
piece
have her
right
notes on what that was.
That's
Oh, and
really,
then she looks
I
like
have
she
to
has
find-
transfers on the bottom.
is
Or
that,
is that
what
what
it,
you were talking about, Krista?
yeah, is
on the
that
bottom?
transfers or did she cut it
Oh.
out or blend it in? I don't know. That's really, really cool.
I'll
Mhm.
tell you in a second. She sent them all to me and told me, and now I can't find it here. Jenna. That
Yeah.
one was just transfers. They're all transfers.
Oh, they're transfers.
Oh, they're transfers.
Okay.
Cool.
Yeah.
Cute.
All right.
Nice.
That's a milk thing.
I
Milk.
can't
Yeah,
see
that's
what that one is.
I
Oh,
like that.
okay. She didn't say what that one was.
It
But it looks like a stencil and transfer.
yeah, that's what it looks like to me also.
Okay, so this one is Cricut vinyl.
Ooh.
Oh,
Yeah.
Oh.
wow.
So there's
It's
the
really
flour, the bread, and all the little measuring cups on the. That is cute.
That is.
Oh.
Yeah. Okay.
So when you do vinyl like that, you have to weed all that out, all those little teeny tiny. Oh man, it seems like a lot.
Well, you leave the words and you pull out the big piece of vinyl, but sometimes you do have little pieces that you have to
Okay.
weed out.
Oh, this is pretty too. Is this? That looks like a
do
stencil.
the opposite if you're
stencil?
using it for a stencil, right?
Yeah.
Okay,
This-
I see.
Yeah, stencils and transfers.
Pretty. Oh.
All right, and molds.
Oh, those are molds.
Oh, wow. That's amazing.
Nice.
I almost would have thought that just was like part of
Yeah,
the piece.
part of the dresser or the piece.
Yeah. Like it just came that way. Like it should
Yeah.
just bought it that way. Oh, these are the paint inlays.
So
Oh, you just did this one, didn't you?
use
Yeah.
them after they're used.
Yes, those are the paint.
Nice.
So yeah, that has that hand painted look, you know.
Mhm.
Uh-huh. And these were, I already used those once. So this was the second use. Well, some of them were. The ones that are a little bit more faded was the second use. And I applied them with, I tried it first with just the paint, and then I did it again with a sealer. So to get the image to, be more bright in areas, because it was just a little too faded for me. So, but yeah, and I did seal that with, I used a spray lacquer, which, you're not really supposed to mix oil and water based, but it was okay.
You're
It
a
worked.
rebel. You are a rebel, Crystal.
Rebel. I will try
Like a chemist. And you did stencils on the side then?
Yep, those are stencils.
Is it stenciling on the side? Okay, very nice.
Yeah, a lot of work on that.
Um,
The little stencils.
I think there's so many pictures in here. That's why it's lagging, but it's. Let me know when you see the
yeah,
next
that's
one.
molds
Yeah.
too.
Mold.
I just kind of made little branches. I rolled up some little pieces of air dry clay and glued it all on and curved it around to look like branches.
Oh wow!
Did you do the flowers that way too, or did you use a
Oh, that's
mold?
cool.
for
The flowers were molds, and I got the inspiration from one of Debbie's
Mm.
I don't know if you guys remember the one she did sort of like that. I loved it. Hers was more colorful than this, but I wanted to try it. So it was a lot of fun, actually.
Yeah. No, that's very pretty.
I would do it again.
Oh, God.
Yes. Oh, and these were big furniture
Oh.
transfers, the big ones. Yeah. That was the first time I ever did a furniture transfer.
Oh,
And that was actually over
Very
top
nice.
of latex paint too. There's more of the paint inlays.
oh.
This ones were really crisp and really clean. That one worked out really good for me that time. So,
That's really pretty.
yeah, just did it around the edges.
Yeah.
Stencils,
I'm sorry, guys. I'm trying to make them.
decoupage, and molds.
Getting a little maxi there.
Yes, that was the masterpiece. And anytime I do something like that, I think, gosh, how does Dara have the patience for that?
I bet. Wow.
Yeah.
What a beauty.
That is
She's in a
pretty.
frenzy. It just keeps going.
Yeah.
Hmm.
I liked painting
Gorgeous.
the molds like that. I tried to channel my inner Dar painting the molds and making them.
When I look at it, I gotta really look because I think you did a good job because I think it's
Beautiful.
what I did.
I tried really hard. This was
Oh, it was gorgeous.
thank you. This was a Mint by Michelle paper. I really enjoyed using that paper. It was really easy to work with.
I think that one's so cute.
Yeah, that is
That
very
image,
nice.
I love that.
Yeah,
A lot of variety you do.
yeah. I try to keep it eclectic, I guess.
Beautiful.
It
Yeah,
is. It's
that one
beautiful.
Thank you.
Oh yes.
I love that Made by Marley paper. Oh
And
my god.
that's
Yeah.
oh, that's decoupage. Okay.
That's decoupage paper. That's a Made by Marley decoupage paper. That's also Made by Marley decoupage paper. It's so pretty though.
This is crazy because you're talking about the next one and I can't even see it yet.
Oh, really? You're
Okay.
very like.
Yeah. Yeah, it's really lagging.
Oh, okay. So
Oh,
you're
Okay. I know the next one's coming up.
this
That's
one's
Lavon's,
That
right?
was
Yeah, that's
all stencil. And that was a stencil that I got from Wish. And it was really just a stack of 3, but I kept moving them and changing them. Like I'd flip the stencil, and then after I
that's
was
a good
done, I
idea.
added like shadings so that it looked like they were dimensional. And then
can't
the
I can't
second
even
one
tell
in
those are
from the
stencils.
left.
They look like decoupage paper.
Mhm.
Yeah, how did you did
the
the
second one in from the list? Yes, it's close, and that was what's I can't think of the name of her. Oh my gosh, she has decoupage papers. Oh, it starts with an R. I'll think of it. But anyway, she also has some stencils. Say it again.
Roy Cycled?
Yes.
okay.
Ding, 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 ding.
Okay.
Okay, so this next one, I know I have like 3 images of, but I'll just show you the one because we're running out of time. But that one was stenciled on the bottom 2 drawers. And then the top 2 drawers were lavender transfers. And then the very top was a chintz paint inlay.
Oh,
Wow.
So kind of did a little bit of everything on that.
love it. Very
Mhm.
cool.
Oh, I remember this one. This
you.
one is you printed your own, right?
Yes, I did. I bought the images from Etsy and printed them all out like a steampunk kind of trunk. So
Cool.
Very cool. Yes.
Thank you. And this one
Is
is
that
stenciled as well. Mm-hmm.
Love that.
Pretty.
Nice distress.
Yeah, I like it a lot.
Thank you. And this is paint inlays.
Pretty.
So you can see there's some texture in there too. It's easy to get texture in that. And
The bottom is a paint inlay too? That bottom drawer? Oh, wow. Pretty.
Yep. Yeah, as a matter of fact, they were all in the same pack.
Yep, I remember when you did that. Yep.
Oh, I remember this mirror too. Yeah. Those are molds,
This
right?
one was tons and tons and tons of molds.
I guess so. Wow. It's pretty though.
Very pretty.
Yeah. Thank you. It was a lot of work. This one is molds and transfers.
Oh, I remember
so
this.
There were,
You did
two
like
different
this,
butterfly molds on the top.
I love
What's
it.
that?
You did 2 like this, didn't you?
Yes, I did. And I see we have a bunch of comments, and I'm going to catch up to them. But this is the last image.
Is that
and
your
the
bucket?
bottom, if you can see, yeah, the bucket is the Would You Bend mold. So,
oh my gosh, that is so cool.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
What a good idea.
Okay, so let's.
Yes.
I'm trying to just look through these comments and see there are a lot of nice compliments. So, all right, thanks, guys, and we have a couple other things to show you as reminders. So, wow, Clueless Challenge is over. I was going to show the Clueless one. So you'll be announcing a winner soon, huh?
Yes, I will.
And then I think the next thing we have coming up then is Beach Please from, why isn't it showing? Do you see it yet?
It is.
It's there. Saturday, August 30th.
Oh my God.
2025.
Thank you.
This one's hosted by
Jen from
Copper Cactus DIY.
From Copper Cactus. Yes. All right. That was a group effort we all did there.
Yes, it was.
I'm looking for our graphic for our text reminder, and of course I can't find it, but I remembered to send it tonight anyway. If you want to be reminded of our podcast, just send a text that says text in this 814-515-4905. So we went over by 10 minutes.
Not too bad.
But that's okay. We have a good time. Yeah, that's not. We've done worse.
Mhm.
So we want to thank everybody for joining us tonight. We always have fun. And we look forward to next week's also, and we'll be talking all about vinyl. So, yes. Oh, poor Dar. She can't do it tonight.
Oh,
She
your
has a
favorite.
bleeding heart tonight, right? All right. Well, we love you guys, and thanks so much for joining us. And we hope you
Thank
have a wonderful
you.
night. And see you next week.
Thank you all.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.